All right, so let's find a comfortable seated position. Legs crossed, whichever position you want for now. We're gonna do about 5 to 6 breaths and then we'll change the crossing of the leg, okay? So rock the pelvis forward and back a little bit. For those who need to remove some flesh, go ahead. Try to find the apex or the tip of your sit bones. And then from the sit bones, try to stack the rib cage right over the pelvis. Usually the bottom rib connects to the top, to the hip. Yeah, hip bone to bottom rib connection. And then your head, maybe shift it back a little bit and it should fall somewhere around the ribs and the back of the head reaching to the back of the room. Hands anywhere you want. And if you need to, let's start with your abdomen, to the breathing to the abdomen. So breathing to the abs, to the abdomen, breathing out. Just take the air out. Good. Keep breathing. Just gonna mute everybody just in case I haven't. Okay. So breathing to the abdomen, breathing out, pulling the abdominals in. So as we breathe out, we're going to slowly activate the core. Good. All right, and let's try to get that breath more to the back of the ribs, the side of the ribs, and then the front. So getting the rib cage to open like an umbrella, back, side, and front. Breathing out, pulling it back in. So for those of you who did the class on Monday, if you remember what we did with the bands, try to do the same thing. Where the band was here, you're trying to press the band out, and then you're trying to pull the whole torso away from the band. So now let's start the activation of the pelvic floor. And if you can, we're gonna change the crossing of the legs, okay? And we're gonna breathe to the back side of rib cage, and then pull the pelvic floor. We're going to connect the pubic bone back to the tailbone, bring the sit bones together, lift the pelvic floor, hug the hip bones, hug the waist, hug the ribs. All in one breath out. So breathe in, back, side, and front of ribs. Breathe out, pull the pelvic floor, sink pubic bone, hug hip bones, waist, and ribs. Keep growing taller as you breathe in. Breathe out from the pelvic floor all the way up to hugging the ribs. And the whole torso should be coming together, yeah? So breathing in to expand. Breathing out, pull everything in. Give me 2 more. Breathing in. And remember, you can breathe out with pursed lips, like blowing a candle with a nice long breath really far away, okay? So really quick, let's just round the pelvis forward and come back into that sit bone. So you're gonna breathe in, here, breathe out, round the pelvis and round from the waist to the ribs. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out. Pull the pelvic floor, tip the pelvis just behind the sit bones, scoop and lift the abdominals as we round the pelvis and the low back. Breathe in, lengthen from the top down. Breathe out, pull the pelvic floor. One more, just a very gentle release. Good. Grab your balls. Here we go. Okay? So I'm actually going to face this direction. Can you guys see? Okay? All right, so the ball is going to go to the back of the pelvis here. Okay? Really kind of sit it in there. The knees are going to be bent and the feet are hip width. If you want to bring it closer, or if you even have the flexibility to bring the inner thighs together, go ahead. I'm going to keep it sit bones width to hip width, okay? From here, I want you from the pelvis to round the pelvis down into the ball. So I want you to think that the pubic bone and the belly button are pushing the ball away, and the upper back is not doing much. So we're not rounding from the upper ribs, we're rounding from pelvis. And then from the top here, lift the spine, come back up. Okay, and again, pull the pelvic floor, bring the sit bones together, scoop and lift the abdominals, and you want to take your pubic bone and belly button straight back to that ball. The upper back is not doing much, so hands are either reaching forward, or if you need a little bit of support, your hands are behind the thighs. And push. I want that belly button to press into that ball. Breathe in, raise up, breathe out. Go deeper each time. Push that ball away more. Lift from the crown of the head all the way, stacking over the sit bones. And then we're going to do just one more. Good. Let's hold it here. Now, I'm going to leave it up to you where you want this ball to go. If it just goes a little bit more further back, you're going to kind of lean into it there. If you want more challenge, it goes further back and now the ribs are touching it. Okay, so ball closest to you, more support. Ball further away, less support. So we're talking about mid-rib for the ladies, about bra line, maybe, or below that, more into the lower back. Okay, now lean into the ball, round and push into the ball. Okay, let's keep the hands behind the thighs just for a little support. So you should have your weight on the ball. Yeah? Now imagine the ball is a boiled egg, and if I lean too much into it, I'm going to crack the egg. I don't want to crack it. So with my core, I'm going to come away from the ball a bit. So now you should feel that that core is fired up, right? Yeah? Release the arms. If you need more support, lean into the ball. Otherwise, you're scooping and we're barely touching the ball. Arm here. Don't lose the curve that we found in. Reach one arm back on a breath in, bring it back. Don't let that back move. Breathe in, reach the other arm up. The other arm is reaching forward. Shoulders nice and wide. We're not lifting at the shoulder. We're just rotating the arm in the joint. Good. Breathe in. 4. We're going to do one more. 5. I'm barely touching the ball and my core is on fire. And this is 6. Bring it in, lean into the ball and rest. You can hold your knees. I don't know about you, but I really felt that. Okay. Bring the body again away from that ball. Don't crack the egg. Both arms up, breathe in or out. The breath out is going to give you more support. When the arm goes up towards the ears, shoulders are not coming up, and torso is trying to stay away from that ball. 3. Keep scooping those abdominals and lifting that whole spine up. 2 more. 5. Every time you breathe out, pull those abdominals in. 6. Good. Grab the leg and lean into the ball. Get that quick rest. Woo! All right. Very good. All right. We're going to draw small circles, single arms and double arms. So we're going to come back up. So scoop that belly and bring it away. The arm closer to you is going to go up, and I'm going to circle around and bring it back in. Okay, my torso is going to stay still, and it's just that arm. Breathe in to reach, breathe out, circle. Don't move the torso. 4. 5. And 6. All right. Quick break. Whew. All right. Both arms. Scoop the belly and peel that back away from the ball. Just a little support. And let's go. 4 circles each direction. Okay. Breathe in or out. The breath out is going to support you. The breath in is going to be more challenging. 3. And 4. Good. And we're going to reverse this. Stay strong. Go back. Up and over like you're diving over a pool and forward. And circle it. You can touch the floor very gently. Don't lose that support. No support on the ball. And this is 4. Woo! Hold your knees and relax over the ball. That's really good, everybody. Very, very nice. All right. So we're going to go into a little bit of rotation. This is the last one with the core here. Again, scoop and lift and peel away from the ball as much as you can. Arms go forward again. I'm gonna keep the arm away from you, reaching forward, and I'm gonna rotate towards you, okay, without shifting on the ball. So make sure you're still on the same spot on that ball. And then we go the other direction. Breathe in, breathe out, come forward. Breathe in. This is 3. Breathe out. Keep the shoulders away from your ear. Look at your hand rotating back. All right, we're going to change the breath 4 more. Breathe out. Breathe in, forward. Breathe out, rotate. The arm that stays forward keeps reaching forward to give you support. Breathe out. And last one. Good. Hug those knees and relax on the ball. That's really good. Okay, so let's change a little bit and we're gonna go through. I'm just gonna add something. With the same arms that we did, we're gonna do some back mobility. So where we were here, I'm gonna make you guys take your ball slightly further up, so between the scapulas, and you're gonna reach the arm, extend the back over the ball, and circle the arm around and bring it back in, okay? So it's the same single arm circle that we did, but now what are we doing? I'm just mobilizing the spine, and really also we're stretching the abdomen that we just worked a bit. So it's between my scapula. You can change it. If you want less extension, the ball goes up a little bit more and you don't have to arch as much, okay? So you pick where you feel you want the mobility on the spine. So let's go. You're gonna breathe in, arch over that ball, reach the arm. You don't have to touch the head on the floor and bring everything back in. For those of you who need some support, you can support the head and reach the other arm, circle it around, bring the head up first, and then reach the arm. Alternating, and reach, circle, lift the head, come back up, pushing back into the ball. Arch and reach on the breath in. Breathe out, lift the head, crunch, and bring the arm back in. Breathe in. Breathe out, head goes up, arm circles, push against the ball and come up. And breathe in and out. If the head is giving you a problem, either support it or don't let the head go too far back, okay? Last one. Good, hold the knee and bring the head up for a little bit of rest, okay? So let's do a few with both arms. Again, if this bothers your neck, just open on the ball, supporting the head and come back. Otherwise, we're gonna go, breathe in, breathe out. Look, the head comes up first and then you crunch and bring the arms around, okay? So be careful with that head. It's the last thing to go back, it's the first thing to come up. So breathe in, go as far back, circle the arms as it's okay, then lift the head, circle the arms, scoop the belly, and push the back of the ribs into the ball like you're doing a crunch. 3. 4. Take your time, don't have to follow me. Scoop those abdominals, push the ball away from your body, and let's just do one more because it feels really nice. Good, and hold in. Okay, everybody's okay? Yeah, this feels really nice on the back. All right, so let's get into some serious work, okay? Just warming up. Hands behind the head, and we're gonna go into our crunches. So the ball really goes between those scapulas, okay? The lower the ball goes, the more mobility, also the more work you're gonna have when we crunch. So the ball further back is more support. The ball down here somewhere between scapula, just below, is going to be more work. So we're clasping hands, supporting the head, open up those elbows by squeezing the scapula gently. Now elbows reach away from you and the shoulders away from you, not to the ears. Legs stay where they are. Breathe out, crunch up. Push the ball away with the back of your ribs, or think of pushing it away with your sternum, your chest bone. From here, keep the abdominals engaged as you breathe in to go back, but don't lose the abdominal engagement, just as much as it needs for you to release back. Now, breathe out first, sink the abdominals, lift the head, glide the rib cage down and back towards the ball to crunch, And breathe in. Keep the abdominals somewhat engaged as you arch over that ball. Breathe out. First, you pull the abdominals in, and then don't pull with the hands. Your rib cage is pulling you up to crunch. So there's no pull on the head. It's all on the ribs. Okay, so if you'd like to try without the hand and see how that rib lifts you and not the head and the hands, you can give it a try. Otherwise, we're supporting the head, elbows wide. I'm going to count this one as 4. 5. All the movement is on the rib cage. Press the back of the head into the hand so you're not shifting the head forward. Your chin and your nose are reaching back towards your hand. 6. Good. This is very nicely supported abdominals. 5. No, what did I say? 7. Me am I counting? Good. Let me check you guys out. Keep going. Give me 2 more. Good. Now, we're going to add our marches here, okay? So what I want you to do is crunch up and hold and keep the stability of the leg that's away from the camera. And let's march this leg up and scoop the belly, march it down. So you may not wobble on that ball and your pelvis may not move. So the side that's staying down, really anchor it. So you float the other side up and you should not be moving on that ball and that pelvis should not be rocking on the floor. So my weak side, I have to really anchor, which is the one away from the camera. And then when I march up, I stay anchored on that side. Let's not lose the crunch. So push the back of the ribs into the ball, elbows wide, breathing to the side of the ribs, right under the armpit here is where we're breathing in. Breathing out. You can breathe in or out to march, whatever helps you. Usually we do it on a breath in and a breath out to go down. Now let's add the crunches to this. So we're gonna reach back and this is gonna start our starting position, rounded over the ball. When we crunch, we march the legs. Shoulders wide, please, and make sure that it's that rib cage doing the work. Keep the back of the head pressing gently into your hand so you're not shifting the head forward. Scoop the belly first and then the rib cage drags down and then pushes the ball away. I want to see those bellies sinking. Please, nobody pushing belly to ceiling. We hollow it first. Make sure that pelvic floor is starting that movement. And then I have my last one here on the leg away from the camera. Yay! And then we can rest a little bit, okay? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start doing rotation. And what the rotation is going to be doing here is pushing the ball side to side. So the ball is a really nice tool to help you get that rotation on the torso. So I want you to push with the scapula and the side of the back that you're using. So if I'm gonna rotate towards you, my scapula on this side of my back is going to push the ball away so I can rotate to you, all right? So what happens is we're able to keep the pelvis stable because the ball is assisting. I don't wanna see any shifts on pelvis. So stay on your axis, really anchor that pelvis down, hands behind the head, crunch up, okay? And then from that crunch, I'm gonna push the ball a little higher for me so I can crunch more and work a little harder. So here, I'm gonna rotate to you. So my legs and my pelvis stay still. I'm using my scapula and my back to rotate to you. Pelvis doesn't move. And then I come back to center. Breathe out, rotate away from you. The opposite side, pelvis and foot, are really staying anchoring down so I don't rotate. So when I rotate to you, my opposite pelvis is really pushing down so I don't shift it, okay? So opposite pelvis down, scapula pushing into the ball, center. Breathe out, lengthen the neck, lengthen the spine. Good. Now think of rotating and reaching your armpit to the opposite knee. Last 2. Keep those elbows wide. Don't rotate from the elbows. You're rotating from the torso and the ribs. Okay, rest. And of course, we're adding the legs to this. Woo! Okay, so I'm gonna rotate to you and I'm gonna march this leg up. So my elbows don't reach to the knee, my armpit and my shoulder reaches to the knee, opposite pelvis pressing down. Back to center, march back down. And use the opposite scapula push. Opposite pelvis on the floor. Elbows wide, rotate, reach the shoulder to that knee coming up and back down. Elbows don't change position, go 3. Good. 4, look outside of your leg towards the floor. Let's try 4 more. 5. My weak side barely moves. 6, scoop the belly in, please. Nobody pushes belly to ceiling. Make sure it's going down. In and rotate. Elbows wide, Simone, don't use the elbows. Last one. Wow! And keep the hands behind the head. Rest. Just round over that ball. Yeah, that was fun. Okay, now let's hold the crunch here. Bring your heels closer to your glutes, to the butt, okay? We're gonna bridge. So keeping the crunch, we're gonna tuck the pelvis, lift, and bring it back down. Round the pelvis, lift, bring it back down. So we know that when we scoop the belly and round, like doing the imprint, when we lift, we're lifting from the glute fold and the hamstring here, never from the low back, right? And that crunch here is actually helping do the connection. Bring the pelvis back down. Tap the sacrum or the tailbone down and tuck and lift. Let's go for 10. Crunch up. Every time it goes down, we get that crunch. Go 2. 3, looking right between your thighs. 3, round and lift. Good. 4. Make sure that your heels are under the knee, not behind. Okay, under the knee or slightly more forward. I lost count. 5. Crunch higher. 6. Scoop that belly. 7. Round and lift. Shoulders wide. We're not stressing the shoulder and neck. 8. 9. And 10. Stay up here. Crunch higher, and let's do tiny pulses and go 1. Tuck and down, tuck and lift. 3, 4, 5, 6, tiny movements. 7, 8, tuck and lift. 9, go give me more crunch. Crunch, lift, crunch, lift, crunch, lift. Bring it down, round over that ball, and just rest here for a second. Breathe. If you need to straighten the legs, straighten and get a nice stretch here. Woo-hoo. We're good? All right, so let's move on to our side. Love doing the side. So we're just rolling over to the side. The ball goes, depends how big your ball is, but it's right on the ribs, okay? Don't lift it too high towards the armpit. Go a little bit between waist and the rest of ribs. Okay, bottom leg, we're gonna bend. Top leg, we're gonna straighten through, okay? And then the bottom arm, straighten it, or you can keep it under your head here. I'm gonna go through just a little bit of stretches. So from here, I look so small. Let me go further back so you guys can see me a little bit better. Okay, so my arm, I'm gonna keep my arm straight. Feel free to keep it here. If you have any shoulder issues, you can relax it and put something under your head if you want. Otherwise, I'm here, all right? So I'm right over the ball. The ball is lifting here, so we're gonna get a nice stretch. Okay, I'm gonna flex my top foot and I'm gonna reach it. So remember the reaching that we do for our leg work, reach. Now, make sure you're not rotated back. So just connect the front of the body a little bit. Give me a little tuck of the pelvis and connect. And the top arm is gonna reach back and reach it. Let's keep it here for a second and let's breathe into the stop rib here. Okay, if this is your tight side, this should be amazing for you. Watch my shoulder. I'm not lifting to lift the arm. My shoulder is still wide, so there's space between my ear and my shoulder. It's just the arm reaching from here, from the outer arm. Good, let's breathe. 5. And breathe out, relax. Maybe the arm reaches a little more. So you should, I don't know if you can see, but this is raising when it's rising when I breathe. I lift that rib cage to the ceiling and that ball is helping me push. As you breathe in, I want you to reach the leg and the arms away from each other. Breathe in, reach them, breathe out, relax. Breathe into that rib and reach the arm and the leg even further. Oh, that feels really good. Good. Now, last breath. Lengthen as much as you can. On the breath out, arm goes down, arm goes up. Okay? Now, watch the rotation of my arm. My palm of the hand is facing down. As it goes down, it rotates and palm of hand faces hip. So there's a rotation of the shoulder joint. Rotate and down. And I'm not losing my lengthening. Every time I come up here, I'm going to reach my leg away and my arm even further back. 4. Breathe in here. Breathe out down. 5. Good. And stay here. Now, we're going to add crunches to this. Woohoo! So, arm can stay down for support. You're going to press the rib into the ball. You're going to really shift from this rib cage down to push into the ball, and you can come up into your crunch. So what's going to happen is the bottom rib is going to start pressing into the ball. The top hip is going to really push that rib away, and that's what's going to lift you. The ball is just helping. So like the bananas, the hand stay down if you need help, or hand comes up for a more miserable work, okay? Anybody with neck issues, rest that head in your arm and you can do it this way, okay? With the head resting. Remember, we're not leading with the head, so keep the ear close to the arm. Pick your number, arm down, arm up to come with you, and let's go. Arm starts up here, find your lengthening, tuck your pelvis, tuck your ribs a little bit, and top rib is gonna press down into the ball and lift you. Keep your ear in line with the arm and you're still lengthening. Okay, and come back down. So I'm not folding, I'm lifting the longest line I can. So reach, reach, reach. I'm long, I'm not short. Long and down. Excelente. 3. I want you to lengthen. Don't move the head. 4, tuck the pelvis. Down and over. 5. Down and over. 6. Long. Keep this leg reaching and pressing down on the floor. We have 2 more. 7. Okay, before we go back up, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do something horrible. If you can't do it with me, we're going to stay up there. 8, stay here. If you need to go down or support it, go here. Arm only. Up, breathe out, and down. Keep reaching the leg and this arm away from each other. Breathe out. Everybody round the pelvis. Push the rib into the ball. Come up higher. 3. I want you longer. 4, reach this arm. Down. 5, round that pelvis and reach the leg. 6. If I'm doing this and talking, you can definitely do this. 7. Good. And 8. Stretch. Nobody had the strength or the breath to say anything bad about me. You can't call me bad names because I killed you. Okay. We're going to come up into the elbow. And you know it's coming. We got to do the leg here. Okay. Now, options. You can take the ball out, you can be here, you can be higher. So this is going to be super comfortable. But remember that you're not collapsing the head. If I take your hand off, you should be here. The hand is very lightly supporting the weight of the head. Okay? You're pushing into that ball to keep you lifted. Tuck the pelvis and the ribs. For those who want a bigger challenge, you can be here, barely touching the ball, you keeping your weight. Okay? So whatever you guys want, we can start here and see how that goes. So from this position, everybody tuck your tailbone for me, push the ribs back. Now press into the ribs as if you want to come up and just gently just rest back down on the ground. Okay? This hand can be here for support. It can be here or here, more advanced for less support. So now you have to balance on that ball. Top leg lift. And just about hip height. Now reach it away, reach it away, reach it away. Keep tucking here so the core is active. Connect the hips and the ribs. All right, so for those who are gonna challenge the core, let's go up and down. Without creasing at the waist, it's only at the hip. Go, 3, reach that leg away. 4, reach the rest of the body that way. 5, keep that tailbone tucked. 6, reach through the heels. 7, we're going to 10. 8, 9, 10. Now this is where it gets challenging. Keep it up there. 2 kicks forward, 1 kick back. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And no movement on that ball. Go as far back as your hip and ribs are still connected. Breathe in, kick, flex foot. Breathe out, connect, tuck, point the toe, reach back only to where you open the hip using the glutes. Go 3. Push yourself away from that ball. 4. Barely holding. Look, my elbow can come out. 5. There should be no movement on your pelvis. Lift that leg, everybody. Come on. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. I'm challenging myself when I take the elbow off. 10. Bring it down. Just rest for a second. Are we good? I really feel like we can do one more. I'm sorry. It's not enough. All right, come back here. Let's clam it. So knees together. Get your feet in line with your hip. So on the back of the body, that's where your feet are aligned with. Okay? And we're 90 degrees here. Okay, so same thing here. All right, so we're challenging that core. Tuck, tuck, lift the abdominals, connect with the ribs. We have this here. And then toes are gonna stay connected. We're gonna rotate. Okay, remember that the pelvis doesn't move. Let's go. 2. Good. 3. I'm gonna take my elbow off the mat and I'm gonna really challenge my core. 4. So I have no support with my upper body except for the ball. 5. 6. 7. I'm rolling back. 8. Keep pushing that top hip forward. 9. This is pushing forward with the back glute. 10. Stay here and pulse. 1. 2. Keep pushing this top hip forward. 4. 5. Lengthen that body. 7. 8. 9. 10. Okay, now I'm sweating. Woo! Taking the elbow off the ground is just really amazing core work. Okay, let's push yourselves up. And we're gonna take the ball and put it under the bottom hip here. Okay? Come back down onto your elbow. And the bottom leg is gonna straighten, the top leg is gonna come forward to give you balance. So we have bottom arm aligned with the ball, the elbow and the leg. The top leg is up here for support, and this arm can be here for support. And we're doing adduction. We're gonna lift that bottom leg up. And you have to control that balance. So tuck again, activate that core, lift the waist, the ribs, and press into the elbows to keep you lengthened. And then find that long line with the body. Flex the bottom foot, and let's lift. 1. Don't let the pelvis rotate. 2. Reach long. 3. Don't let this collapse to lift the leg, yeah? Not doing it. 4. So when you lift, you're not compensating with the waist. 5. 6. Good, make sure this is not working, moving. 7. 8. Full breath out, hold. 9. 10, we're staying up. Let's pulse. 1, 2, 3. Keep working that bottom body. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. Okay, if you can stay up here, stay. If you need to take a break, take a break. Point the toe of that leg working. Reach the whole body into that long line, yeah? And let's go up for 10. 1. If you want to use your arm here to help you lengthen, you can. 2. Otherwise, you can keep it here. 3. I'm lifting. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. My glasses are fogging. 9. Good. 10, we stay up. Lengthen the body. And let's pose. 1, 2, 3. Abs are working. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Yeah. Very good. We're done with one side. We have the second. Woo! Shift everything to the other side. We got some dead bodies over here. All right. Oh my God, I have to remember everything. Let's go. So ball under the ribs. Let me align myself here. We start with a lovely stretch. So we have the bottom leg bent. We have the top leg reaching. I like to flex my foot because it helps me lengthen. And then we have the arm here. Okay, we're gonna mobilize first. So the arm is here, palms down or up, and let's just move that arm. First, reach, reach, reach. Then tug, connect that front of the body and lengthen the back, and let's just move that arm. Up, reach on the breath in and down. I'm sorry, let's breathe. So breathing into the rib cage. So breathing into the rib, lengthening, breathe out, relax. So this side was working really hard. Breathe into the rib cage, lengthen, breathe out, relax. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out. So my heel is reaching away along with my waist, and then all the ribs, the armpit, everything is reaching up. Last breath. Good. And now on the breath out, the arm is going to come down. Breath in, it goes up. And remember, palm down, rotate, and palm down. So there's that rotation right here in the midline. Breathing in and out. 5. And out. This is my super tight side. 6. And out. So I'm not sure if we did 6, but we're gonna do 8 because it's my tight side. 7. Keep those abdominals working and connected through the front. And this is the last one. And then we're gonna add that abdominal work. So remember that the bottom hand can be down to help you. And as we shift the top rib to lift you through that ball, this arm can stay here or it can come up, whatever you chose, right? And then we come back down. And hopefully we did 8 of these. And let's go. 2. Keep the abs working. 3. Long line, yeah? Long line, ear close to the arm that's lifting. 4. 5. Ball higher, it's easier. Ball lower is harder. 6. Nice job, everyone. Reach, reach, reach. Open it up. 7. Good. All right. Remember on 8 that is it 8 or 10 that we did? Anybody? 8. Okay. We're gonna stay up, and we're just gonna do the arms. And let's go. Breathe out. Stay up and reaching. Remember, you can use that arm to support you. 2. I have some strong movers with me today. 3, don't lower the torso. It's up all the time. 4, push into that ball and stay up. 5, 6, my glasses are fogging. 7, good, and 8. Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's go up and let's do our leg work. Oh, goodness, that was really good. La Familia is passing out. Okay, so elbow pressing. Okay, remember you can, oh no, we were down here. Sorry, we were up here. I think Tamara was up. So here, pressing into the ball like you're trying to stay away. If I lift the arm up, sorry, I'm lifting the arm and I can support myself. So no weight on arm. And then if you're up here, you're almost barely pressing into the ball. It's just guiding you to stay up here. So you guys choose where you want to be. And we have that top leg reaching, and we're going to do leg lifts. First connect is for me. So tuck that pelvis, pull that rib cage in. Core active, back of body lengthening, and let's go 1. Reaching through that foot. 2, no movement on the waist. Good. 3. So again, I'm going to take my elbow off and I want to balance myself. 4, you don't have to. 5, 6, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. 7, try to move just from the hip joint. 8, 9, keep this connection. 10, stay. And we do leg kicks. So we're going to go kick, kick, point, and reach. 2, breathe in, flexing the foot, breathe out. Lift the abdominals and reach the leg back, opening the hips, squeezing the glutes. 3, 4. This is where it becomes really challenging when your elbow is not down. So if my elbow is down, I can really kick and really reach back. 7, 8, reach. 2 more. 9, core, core, core. 10, reach and bring it in and rest. Okay, and then I decided to do the clam, right? So we're gonna come back up. I have the knees bent already, my feet in alignment with my pelvis. We come back. I think I did it here too, right? Tuck the pelvis. Woo, I keep rolling back because the bottom side is my weak side on this side. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep my torso again, just lifted, and let's go. Toes stay together, rotate. That top butt is pushing this hip forward to keep the pelvis stacked, and go 2. So using the rotator of the hips back here. 3, don't let that pelvis move. If it's moving, put your hand here, push your hand forward, and keep pushing your hand forward. 4, 5, oh, they froze. 6, 7, 8, keep that body really long. 9, 10, let's pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, keep it up here, just keep pushing it back. 6, abs tight. 7, 8, 9, and 10, and relax it down. Great. Let's come up and place that ball on the hip. The connection got bad. Okay, you can see. All right, so the ball goes under the hip, that bottom leg is straight. We're gonna come into our elbow. Top leg is bent with the foot on the ground. And then we're going to lift. So press into the elbow, lift, lift, lift. So we're lifting through the whole bottom of the body. Now connect. Flex that bottom foot. This is supporting you. Hand here, 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 here. Let's go for 10. Reach and lift. So remember that this is not dropping. 2. As that leg lifts, you should be lifting your waist as well. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Stay up here. Lengthen the body and let's pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep that waist lifting. 8, 9, 10. Bring it down. Point. Press into the elbow. Lift the waist. Everything is still working. Tuck that pelvis and connect the ribs and go. 1, 2. That waist is still lifting. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Full breath out. 9, 10. Stay up. Lift everything. Lengthen everything. Pulse. 1, 2. Right from the upper inner thigh. 3, 4, 5. Keep pushing to your elbow. 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Yeah. And relax. All right. That was really good. Okay, so we have about 6-ish more minutes, and I definitely need to do my back extensions. And the back extensions or the swans with the ball are the best, okay? If you find that the ball is too inflated for you, you can deflate it a little bit more. But basically, we're gonna turn into the belly. The ball goes under the chest, okay? So somewhere in the chest area here, the legs are straight, reaching back. Just frozen, okay? And then arms are next to you. We're gonna keep it next to us here, but barely use it. Abs are tight and lifted off the mat. Legs are reaching back. So usually we talk about hip width or even wider, depending how tight your back is, right? So I want your belly to be lifted, and I would like you to round over that ball. You should be able to round. So if you can't, maybe the ball's too high, bring it lower and round over the ball. All right, so your upper back now should be kind of rounded over that ball. Hands are in alignment with the head and your arms are bent at about a 90-degree angle. Let's pull the shoulder and scapulas away from the ear, lift the head and push the ball forward with the chest and create a nice long line. Keep pushing the ball forward with the chest, lowering the scapulas down, but keeping the head in alignment with your spine. And you should be feeling that the work is only happening on the upper back. The abs are still lifted. And then breathe in and round over that ball again. Breathe out. Pull the shoulders and scapulas down. Start reaching the head forward and pushing the ball forward with your chest. Forward, forward. Lift the abdominals. The higher you go, the tighter you're pulling those abs. Pull the scapulas down, push the ball with the chest as far forward. Now hold it here, lifting the abdominals. Can we lift the arms off the ground without dropping that low back? Good. Bring the arms back down as you round over the ball. It's nice, it's not too much effort, yeah? So again, pull the shoulder and scapula down, lengthen that spine, shift that ball forward, pulling the scapulas down, lift the arm, abs lifted, body as long as you can, arms off the ground. And round over the ball again. Totally frozen, the TV this time. I hope they can see me. Anyways, keep going, pulling the abdominals, pressing that ball forward, shoulder and scapula down, and round over. My hair keeps getting caught. Breathe in if you can, and out. So go from flexion into extension. And that chest is really pushing forward, but the abs are lifted. Keep going. I don't know if you guys can see me or not. I don't have any messages from you guys, so it must be working, but I can't tell. It's totally frozen. The problem is from
Oda, I can see you fine.
Ah, you can? Okay.
I can.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. How many did you guys do? Did you do 10? Okay. So I'm assuming you guys did quite a bit. Sorry, I can't see you because the image is froze on my side. We're going to add rotation to this. Okay. So your hands are going to come behind your head. You're going to come into that nice long line. So I don't want you to think of lift. I want you to think as lift where you feel like you're in a long alignment, okay? Not a short back position. So you're going to lift, pressing the chest into the ball, find a long line, and you're going to push the ball to the right, push the ball to the left, push the ball to the right. The pelvis is anchored on the ground. The legs are pushing into the ground, and you're getting that rotation. It's a very small movement. Try to do about 6 rotations with the breath in, and then change and do with breaths out. So we're doing about 10 to 12. You can do, 5, but to be even, you want to do 6. So nice long line, breathe in, breathe out to center, lift the abdominals, breathe in, breathe out to center, lift the abdominals. 3, 4, long line. 5, there should be 0 pain on that lower back. 6, okay, if you need to rest. We're gonna continue with the breaths out. So breathe out, rotate. You should be able to rotate more. Breathe in center, but keep the abs lifted. 2, 3, try to push the ball with the opposite rib cage. 4, lift the abdominals, lengthen the tailbone back. Last one. And round over the ball and relax. Make a pillow with your hand. Try to relax the head down. You may take the ball out if you want, but open up the scapula, just drop everything down and breathe into your back. Really try to breathe between the scapula and open up that back. And then if you want to, toes together, knees apart, coming to your child's pose. So round the pelvis, push, 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 push the heels into, butt into heels. Keep the pelvis in the back rounded and stretch down. Good. And then if you want to, you can do a pigeon stretch, or you can lay on your back and do the number 4 stretch. One leg comes forward, the other leg stays back. Find the position of the pelvis that it's comfortable for you to feel the stretch. Do about 5 breaths here. The foot that's in the leg that's in front of you, the foot is flexed, protect the knees a bit, and then you find the angle of the foot and the leg that's comfortable for your knee. Pelvis is squared, and you keep breathing in and out and deepening the stretch down. Good. And then when you're ready, you're going to switch to the other side. So swing the back leg. And then front leg swings back, flex the foot, adjust the pelvis, and then make your way down. Do your 5 breaths. The images are all frozen for me, but hopefully you can see me. Good. So I'm gonna come towards you guys. Again, everybody's frozen to me, so I'll just put the volume on. I'm gonna stop the recording.